Hi, this is Monica, and welcome back to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get directly into this story time. So today I had to take care of some business. Not just any business, some business that needed to be taken care of. So I got it done. Now what I wanted to talk to y'all about was simple. Why is it that women, when you find your partner cheating, you go after the woman? I've never understood that, but this is going to be a case of why I went after him and not after them. Even though he knew that we was together, they did too. But everybody kept saying, well, why aren't you going after them? Because he knew. He knew we was in a relationship. He knew that we was devoted to each other. He knew he was in a relationship with me. But he chose to do what he wanted to do. That's why I went after him. Nevertheless, by him knowing that he was the one messed up, I went after him. Even though women was talking about fight her, fight her, fight her. Why should I have to fight her? I should not have had to fight her. I should have fought him. But instead, I let it all slide. I let it slide because he had beat the braveness out of me. He had degraded me to no end. He had got it off for so long that I didn't know how to defend myself until I started growing my balls back. Yes, indeedy. My balls started growing back, and little by little, I was doing little stuff just to make him know that I wasn't to be played with. Just to let him know you made the wrong mistake. Just to let him know you weren't going to get away with it. And that's just what I did. Now, keep in mind, there was a lot of stuff that was going on. I wasn't just a perfect angel in this either. I wasn't perfect, but neither was he. But he made me the way he was, made me the way I was. He made me angry. He made me the angry black woman that I had became. Yeah, sometimes you can blame it on society or where you live at. My face is just as greasy. But nevertheless, I was not going to take it anymore. I was not going to sit around and let him do what he wanted to do. I wasn't going to just let him do what he wanted to do. I started checking all the bitches that had something to do with it. Yes, indeedy, Bob, it was on now because I was pissed. I was pissed because he took food out of my house, because he took money out of my pocket, because he took Monica away from Monica. Yes, indeedy, I was angry and I wasn't having it. Now it was my turn. It was my turn to be an asshole. It was my turn. Now, granted, I didn't want to keep arguing about nothing, so I stayed silent. I stayed silent on purpose. I stayed silent so that I could get my mind right, so I can get a game plan, so I know how to handle the stuff that was going on with me. So I knew how to handle him, so I knew how to handle them. So, first victim, the girl across the street. Now, the girl across the street, she had a big mouth. She made it clear that she was his baby mama. Even though both test results came back that neither one of those kids was his, she was still their baby mama. I'm still having sex with him. I'm still going to be in his life. Every time he see me, he going to want to have sex with me. Okay, that's fine. But he can't have sex with you and live in my house. How about that? So what did I do? I packed his stuff up. Took it down to his grandmother's house and left it there. So when he decided to come back to the house, the locks was changed. Mistake number 2. Monica, where you working at? I quit that job and moved to another job. Yeah, now we getting to it. So now that he's totally confused about what's going on, I still hadn't told him. He waited one day until I got off the bus. At the bus stop, no doubt. When I got off the bus, he had Curtis with him. He like, we need to sit down and talk. I said, the only way we're going to talk is with the police standing there. He was like, what you mean? I started dialing 911. I'm not playing with you. Let my son go, and you will stay out of jail. But instead, what did he do? Monica, you just mad for no reason. I'm trying to make sure that our relationship is going to survive. Our relationship was done for. Our relationship was done for a year prior to. But I was so stupid I didn't realize how over it I was until Edie came into my life. When she came into my life as my friend only is when I start realizing that my worth was high, that I meant something, that I was somebody, that I was still pretty, that I was somebody, because he had took all that away from me. But now that I'm looking at these women, strong women, taking care of themselves and stuff like this, I wasn't in love with her then. I was in love with the ideal of her. I was in love with her freedom. I was in love with the way she could speak up for herself. I was in love with the fact that she didn't let nobody run over her. And just like anybody, everybody is a teacher and somebody got to be the student. So class in, baby. Because I'm taking Edie's class 101, how to be a bitch. Type of person that he was, because I wasn't fooling with him, because I wasn't giving him the time of day, because I wasn't even acknowledging that he was even a person, he decided to start going off on them, which started them to back off of me. See, when you start ignoring them and stop putting them first, they start acting different. They start moving different. But see, I had already started moving different and he didn't notice it because he was too wrapped up in self. He was too wrapped up in him, the other women, and all this other stuff. He did not pay attention that I started shifting. And when I say I was shape-shifting, honey, I was dropping that weight, like what I got to do now, but we ain't going to talk about that. I was dropping my weight. I was keeping myself together, but I was doing it on a low key where he wouldn't notice it. But because he wasn't around me like that, he didn't notice it. And when he did notice, it was too late. I was too far gone. Yep, I was too far gone. And not only did I have compliments and stuff in my ear, not only was I going out and I was dancing at the club, you know what I'm saying? Not only was I doing that, but I had great friends. I had stuff to do. And I had put him out. And because he couldn't control my life anymore, because he couldn't be in my business, because he couldn't go through my phone, because I changed my number, he was pissed. So wherever he was starting an argument. How did I know? Froghorn. That's how I know. This heifer came to my house. She didn't knock on the door. She just was outside. She was outside because I was sweeping my sidewalk. And she walked up like, I don't know what the hell you call yourself doing to him, but you can keep that motherfucker up there at your house because he ain't going to be mistreating me. No, bitch. That's your man. Keep him down there at your house. I don't want him back up here. He come back up here, I'm going to call the police. Keep him at your house. So not only did his clothes move from his grandmother's house to Froghorns, but from Froghorns to the best friends, from the best friends back to Froghorns, from the grandmas to wherever. I didn't give a shit where he kept him. He just couldn't keep him at my house. Nope. And he was standing at the store and watch me and Edie pull off. He was standing at the store and watch me pull off with my best friends. He was standing at the store and know that I had a house full of women and we were sitting outside on my porch laughing and joking and stuff. And he wasn't involved. One particular day, me and my best friend was sitting on the porch and we was having drinks and we was laughing about something. And we was laughing so loud, we never paid attention that he had walked up. When he walked up, he was like, seeing that we had a bottle on the porch. Oh, can I get some of that? My best friend turned to him like, no, that's my bottle. You can't have shit over here. So keep it pushing. He was so hurt and embarrassed, he walked up. Check-in number 2, the best friend. So when she found, I guess he called himself venting to her. Oh, Monica doing this and Monica doing that. She wrong. She left me out here. I ain't got nowhere to stay. She promised me and my mama I can always live with her. No, you can't live with me. So he sent her. Now keep in mind, I had already went through what I had went through with her, her sister, and her mama. All 3 of them sleeping with him. So nevertheless, here she come. Go try to defend her friend. So when she saw me, she said, Monica, can I talk to you? Woman to woman. If it's not one statement I can't stand, it's that one. But anyway, I had time to listen. I got time today. Okay, so she like, Monica, you know, he made some bad decisions. He ain't like that. He was taking pills when all this stuff was going on. When he was hitting you and stuff, that's why he just stayed away. He ain't got nowhere to stay. This, that, and the third. All he want to do is sit down and talk. You won't talk to him. You won't do nothing. Just give him a chance. Blase whoop. He ain't got no money in his pocket. His shoes is all tore up and stuff. Monica, he is really out here. I turned to her. I said, ain't that your man? Or better yet, ain't that your mom's man? Or, I forgot, that's you, your mom, and your sister's man. I ain't got nothing to say to him. And I said, I really don't got nothing to say to you. I said, because for the simple fact that you ate out of my house when you didn't have no food. With that, the simple fact I fed your daughter from my house when you didn't have no food. But you didn't have that much respect for me to not fool with him in that type of way. If you was going to be his friend, fine. But you chose to do what you wanted to do, you and him. And y'all thought it was cute at the time. Now it's not cute. Now it's not cute. Now he's trying to survive. Now he's looking for a job. Now he's doing every and anything for $2. Nobody got $1. Why ain't anybody standing across the street underneath the tree? Why ain't anybody got a case of Colt 45? Where's the Colt 45, Billy D. Williams? Where's that? Huh? Oh, I forgot. Nobody ain't got no money. Nobody ain't got nothing. Majestics is closed now. So ain't nobody got no money? Ain't nobody got no business? Where the bitch is at? She was like, Monica, I can see you in a bad mood. I ain't in no bad mood. This is my forever mood. This is the mood I'm going to be in until I get the hell away from here. And I made it clear every time I seen anybody to ask me what was going on. I'm trying to move, trying to get from up here. I'm trying to move, trying to get from up here. I'm trying to have a better life for me and my son. I'm trying to get from up here. Because I don't want to have that mentality. I don't want to be here and Curtis get an apartment around the corner. No, I'm trying to get from up here. I'm trying to move. Last but not least, it's me and Froghorn's turn. See, me and Froghorn didn't see each other before I moved or after I moved. Me and Froghorn didn't actually see each other until years later. Years later, I didn't get my chance to check her. I didn't get my chance to put her in her place properly like I should have. So this is what happened. I just so happened to be going to Kroger's, doing a little grocery shopping, minding my own business. Yeah, I was minding my own business, but you know how you know somebody from the back? I knew it was her. I knew it was her, but the only thing that was different was that she was now pushing a walker. Not only was she pushing a walker, she was humped over. I knew it was her. She still had the ponytail up here with the slick sash. Yeah. So what I do, I came around that walker and stood in her face. She was like, oh, hell no. What do you want? I said, let me tell you something, okay? I don't know what you thought that you was doing when you call yourself harassing me, calling me on my phone, calling me out my names, talking about what you was doing with him. But you was older than me. You should have had made better choices. But since you didn't, let me tell you what you did. What you did is you made me see that I don't ever want to be a woman like you. A woman like you that's constantly taking care of somebody that can't take care of themselves. A woman like you that's taking food out of my own house and feeding everybody on the block. That's what I don't want to be. I don't want to be ran down at your age, ran down. And people only want to date me because I get a blue check. That's what I don't want to be. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to stoop to your level. I said, you wanted him, so you had him. So what happened to that? Oh, I forgot. He left you for somebody else. And then he left that somebody for somebody else. In your same plat, no doubt. So while you were so busy trying to check me, you should have been checking yourself. Because as you possibly can see, not only did I get away from him, but I do better, I'm living better, and I'm a better person. So for that, honey, I wanted to sit in your face, and I wanted to thank you. To thank you for being the example that I don't never want to be. For being the example of woman I don't ever want to turn out to be. For being a bad example for my son. Thank you. Because everything you... So when I got all three of them told, I was done with it. I never brought it up again. But I had to get that off my chest because they didn't do me right. At the end of the day, we all are women. Why would you want to mess over another woman for a man that wasn't going to stay with none of us? But these are the choices that these women made. And that was the choice that I made. So because I chose to be the student and not the teacher, I listened. I listened to the strong women that was around me. I listened and paid attention to the strong women that was around me. And I passed my test. Yes, and I passed it with an A. An A plus, A minus, somewhere around in there. But yet still, I still passed it. So yeah, that's how I stopped all three of them.